Good morning. Not everybody has to understand you, but you have to understand you. I spent a lifetime, and it's good that it's too, but I spent a lifetime worrying about if I'm doing good or not. You know what I mean? Am I a good boy? Through that, I rebelled. You know what I mean? Because internally, you know, my internal compass, like I see things the way I see things from a good place. You know what I mean? So I dream, right? Since I was a kid. But that dream is supported, but at the same time, get a job. You know what I mean? Do this, do that. So for a guy like me in school, I didn't do real good. Not because I'm not smart, because I didn't do my homework, because I didn't take books home, because I went to the bathroom and came back 30 minutes later and stopped in the class and talked to the people. I wasn't a great student academically, but I was a good student as far as a student. The teachers liked me, legit. I still have a teacher that is actually really close to me today. You know, he reaches out, he stays on my journey, and I was probably the worst student he ever had. You know what I mean? It was a woodshop class. I couldn't put together a box, you know what I mean? So my point is, that structure, that go to college, get a job, keep it for 50 years, like that wasn't in my cards. I wasn't built that way, period. And I beat myself up for that, right? So it led me, and I got to experience. Now I'm in California, now I'm chasing dreams, but really I'm just partying. Now I'm in Miami, and I'm experiencing all this stuff. I'm touching so much life. But my friends and my peers are getting married, they're having kids, they're building their careers. Me, I didn't even get started yet, you know what I mean? So I beat myself up for that. Now, the flip side is, obviously, I needed to learn the structure. Obviously, I need to learn the discipline. Obviously, all the things I needed to learn for whatever path I was going to take. All right? But because I stunk at the structure of doing my homework, handing it in, because I stunk at getting up and getting to school on time, because I stunk at that, I wasn't just going to snap my fingers one day and get it. I had to get pummeled and pummeled and pummeled. I had to get success and lose it. And as I'm beating myself up, you create addictions and all kind of other stuff. It's an unhealthy relationship with yourself, you know? So now, that said, we all can relate to my story and your own story one way or another, you know? I've always been that free spirit. And that's the way I'm living my life. And I manage, I get by, and I have some great, great moments, especially when I'm on my path and it starts to build. But I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I was never going to end up in a corporate job and become a CEO of someone else's company. Now, maybe my company. You know what I mean? But that's what it is. So you have to understand yourself, you know what I mean? It took me many years to actually believe and say, all right, like, dude, this is who I am. This is who I am, you know? And not beat myself up over it and move from there. So it's pretty awesome, actually. All right, have a great day. It's beautiful out.